previously, me and Justin talked about this. We are talking about Mr. Locario himself saying something about how you should never pay for a girl's Uber ride. So, should you pay for a girl's Uber ride? What are your guys' perceptions
No,
on
no, no,
that?
no. So let's put that in context. So I didn't say a guy shouldn't pay for a girl's Uber ride. I said that when I was having a debate with Redbeard, he threw parties, right? And he was paying for the woman's Ubers to come to the party. So meaning
Damn,
that
that's
he
a
was
heads
throwing
up.
he was throwing an event and he was inviting people. When you invite people to an event, you just invite the people, you tell them where it's at, you promote the event. You do not get cars for the people to come to your event unless, let's say, for example, you have an event where you might have a performer or something and you're paying their way to get to your event. But if there's going to be people who are guests who are partying at your event, they have to come their own way. So what happened was he was basically paying women to be at his party, to fill up the party. You understand what I'm saying? Because he didn't have enough game to get women to come to the party
on
on
their
his
own.
own. You
Yeah.
understand? Like, so they weren't coming to see him. They were coming because he paid them to come. He paid for all this stuff. So he's basically paying for them to have a whole good time on his dime. So that's what
Exactly.
I was saying. Where if you're paying for a woman's Uber or you're paying a woman's way to come to where you're at, that right there is simping because you're basically saying, I don't believe that I have the, I'm not attractive enough for a woman to pay her own way to come see me or come where I'm at. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. So it's not about paying for a woman's Uber. Like if you are dating a girl or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and like she comes over your place or y'all are meeting each other somewhere, you could say, hey, I'm gonna get you an Uber. I'll meet you at the place, whatever, whatever. That's fine. That's a woman you're actually dating, and you don't have to do that for her to be attracted to you and want you. But in this particular situation, it was like I'm doing this because this is the only way these women will be here. You see what I'm saying? And that's an issue.
Where it happened, I think it was Red Beer Rent. It's in USA or where it happened.
Yeah, I think he's
It
in
happened
Brazil.
in
In
Brazil.
Brazil.
So
Brazil,
yeah,
Brazil.
yeah. Here the question is also geographic location of the country, the economic situation, and all. We should consider that also. If maybe it is something in USA, maybe this argument can work. But if the girls are poor and the situation is,
Who cares if they poor?
Right.
yeah. But the thing is,
What
like,
are
they
we
are
talking about?
expecting
But
like some
why you
American
fucking
guy. So
why is any guy fucking some ain't shit poor ass chick?
Right.
Like she can't
then
spend $8 to get herself home? Are
Yeah,
you joking?
what
no,
me
if
and
you
But
Justin were
her
maybe
but her
saying.
travel a bit
but
more,
but
like
her
into different
but her
different
makeup
countries, so you will
collection
see
is
it's a
Hang on.
but her makeup collection is hundreds of dollars.
What me and Justin were saying last time we discussed this, like 2 months ago, whenever, she has existed before you knew she existed. How was she getting around the city before? So it's
Right.
like
Right.
if she's going on a date with me, like she's gonna make her own way there. So I live in Peru, and for me to take an Uber to like the best part of Peru, it cost me like 15 soles, which is $4. So it's so fucking cheap, and it's so cheap that a lot of Americans who come here would probably consider, yeah, just Uber her to the date. But me being a cheapskate, redneck Jew, no, even it being that fucking cheap, I'm still never gonna fucking do it. That's just my perspective
But
though.
it's not about the money though. It's really not about the money. It's the principle behind it, right?
Mhm.
Whether it's $4 or whether it's $25, it doesn't matter. It's the principle behind your choices, the reasons
Right.
why you're doing it. And that's the question. Why are you doing the thing that you're doing? Why are you paying for this woman to go home or paying for this woman to come see you,
Right.
right? That it doesn't make any sense when she has the full capacity and will to do it on her own. So it's
Exactly.
like this. So then that digs the question of like, why are you up to things in this way? And I guarantee there's something in there about simping. There's something in there about low value, in accordance to the self. There's all kinds of shit there. Or like, oh, I don't want her to think of me in a certain way. I don't want her to be upset with me. So avoidance of conflict. It's all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, there's rickshaws, there's public transportation, there's cabs, there's bicycles,
Right.
there's ride shares, there's all sorts of things.
Right.
Okay.
Or let that chick
And
walk.
and
So
She
here's the
should be
thing.
on a fucking
And,
unicycle fingering
and-
herself on
yeah,
the way to fucking me on
no,
her
but
party.
here and here's the thing. I'm sure when Redbeard thought of these women being there, majority of them are gonna have on makeup, outfits. You understand?
Hmm.
Jewelry. How could they afford all those sexy mini skirts and heels and
Hmm.
makeup, but they can't afford a $5 Uber? Like,
You
come
know
on,
how many
son.
Probably should
fucking
like
shoes
should
a woman has? Like,
Yeah,
holy
like, come on,
fucking
probably
shit.
son.
just showed up where with like a tarp that she got from Home Depot for $2.
Right.
Like these. Yeah, I thought this was a if it was truly about the geographical location, Deepak, like then
Mhm.
that means everybody coming to the party should show up in like a fucking in like a loincloth or something or a fucking
with,
a Greek
with like
robe because they
cardboard
couldn't
taped to their
afford real
feet.
clothes. And they
Oh
should be
my God.
I mean,
wearing sandals made of palm leaves because they can't afford shoes. Like, what are we talking about?
Like,
Have
I
you
mean, the
even
thing is like
seen
you
some
have to be
women's
more
bank
practical.
accounts? Like,
Like if
I'm not
you
even
somebody
kidding.
if somebody like I have traveled a lot, and I mean it's a like this guy Red Bear who travels in South America, I guess. So I mean, I will not take it as a like a big problem if he's inviting girls through Uber and paying for the Uber. It's not a big deal actually.
Yes, it is.
Maybe the economic situation is the problem there,
it's
and
not the money, it's the
if this is
principle.
how it is, and like Justin said about principle, it is okay. The prince we can say the principle, but it has to be more. You have to be adaptive and practical. So.
If principles are adaptive, then they're not principles.
No,
Exactly.
but then it's again, you have to learn from the again from the year, you have to learn from the religion, you have to learn from the politics. If you understand these things in a really deeper way, you have to be adaptive.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying
Your
before I got to
prince,
bounce. Yes.
you as a man will never, it won't change. You just paying for some Uber. I mean, just what I want to say is that paying for $5 for Uber will not make you simp. This
That's literally the definition of simping.
This
You're
is, I will not
Here's the
say. I mean,
phrase.
then
Listen,
you can say
listen,
like,
listen.
okay, you invite the girl for the date, and if you pay for the girl dinner, then it's also a simping. Maybe it's
It
like
is.
not
that is
$5.
simping
So,
if you're going
so,
to dinner and you don't
so
want to go to
Yeah,
hold
dinner.
on a
but
second because I gotta
this,
bounce out of here. So I was listening to this is the last thing I gotta say, and then I gotta bounce. So I was listening to this old folk singer, this old American folk singer, just played a guitar, really old guy, and he said, the path of least resistance is what makes the river crooked.
Mm.
So it's not about just that one little, like, no big deal, pay for do this. No big deal, pay for that. No big deal, adapt, change to this or that. That's the same thing when the trickle of water, it starts off in a straight line, hits a small pebble. What's it do? Just gently goes around it, no big deal. Then it hits a stick, goes around that one, no big deal. Then hits a boulder, no big deal. Hits this, no big deal. Before you know it, the river is no longer straight, it's crooked.
Hmm.
It no longer
there you
has
have to
integrity.
balls to say no. At one time, you have to balls
So
to say
so
no.
the so
Simple.
so just remember my parting words. The path of least resistance is what makes the river crooked. The cumulative path of least resistance is what makes the river crooked. So
Facts.
do not compromise your principles, your codes, your rules, your values. Compromise none of it, especially for pussy. And with that, I'm out of here, guys.
All right,
Boom.
we'll
Thank you
holler
for
at you,
having me
Thank
on
Justin.
the
you.
sled.
Fuck yeah.
Peace,
Take
Justin.
care.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So yeah, that's definitely simping. When you're basically bending over backwards to accommodate the woman, that's what simping is. So the woman is capable of paying her own way, getting there, getting dressed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because if that's the case, you might as well had went to the store with her, bought her outfit, helped her try it on, get her shoes, did her makeup, and then it's like, where does it stop? Like, what are we talking about? Like, this is a grown ass woman. So tell her, hey, I'm having a party. This is the address. Come through. That's all the work you need to do.
That's it.
Hmm.
That's it.
I'll also throw on top of this, like, obviously most guys probably can't answer this question, but have you ever seen a woman's bank account? Like, I'm a married man, so like for me, at least one woman. But what I'm getting at here is there are videos now these days, those street interviews where they're talking like how much should a man or make. But there was an interesting one I saw where the guy, a boyfriend, realized his girlfriend has like $100,000 in savings and he's paying for everything. My point being, A lot of men are paying for themselves and for a woman, and then the woman is just saving money because she's spending less than what a man is spending. So
Mm,
there's a differentiation in the flow of financials, meaning that women are more likely to save more money anyway because men are fucking
mm,
spending it, simping, spending on OnlyFans, spending it on her makeup, her Ubers, that kind of thing. So it's
mm.
funny because the more simping that goes on, the more money is shifted in the pockets of women anyway. So it's so ironic a lot of the time, even in poor countries, these women don't even need the money. They have more money than the fucking guys do.
Mm,
That's
yep.
a fact. It's real stuff.
Yep.